What's up, Sarasota? I'm Felipe with Sarasota SpeaX. If you want to see somebody who knows Sarasota, like really knows Sarasota, you're not going to want to miss our episode this week. This is the pre-show tailored by Tweeds. What's up, Sarasota? For all your custom suiting, accessory, and I hear they do jeans too, clothing needs, you're going to want to check out Tweeds, tweedsuitshop.com, locations almost all over the state of Florida right now. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about our guest today, Erin Duggan, President and CEO of Visit Sarasota. Erin, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, for those who aren't familiar with Visit Sarasota, give the viewers a sneak peek into what you and your organization does.
Sure. So, Visit Sarasota County, we are tasked with marketing Sarasota County as a tourism destination. So we are a vendor. We are a 501c6. We are a vendor to the county. So in essence, Sarasota County government contracts with us every year to, in essence, market Sarasota County as a tourism destination.
Very cool. Now, I don't want to give too much away, so you can tune into the episode, but also have a few more questions. Sarasota tends to have a seasonality to it for those who visit during the winter months. What does Visit Sarasota do to help increase these visits during those months that tend to be slower, in addition to our season, quote unquote?
Sure. Generally speaking in our industry, we say heads in beds. Our job is to keep heads in beds. And so we really do focus on what we would call the need periods. So the months that our hotels are busy, we don't necessarily have to focus on filling. So we really do try to focus on what we call the need periods.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. And you've got a pulse on the community here. Are there any interesting events coming up in the near future that you want to tease, or any projects, things happening that you're really excited about?
I like to say to folks, you would be hard-pressed to not find something going on somewhere within the county. We have a very robust events website. So if you go to visitsarasota.com, you can click on our events calendar, but you can also just flat out go to funinthe941.com, because that really is one of the places that we like to promote what's happening. But goodness, between live music and happy hour and all of the different sporting events going on and all of the different festivals, too much to name.
Great. Well, we're going to get into some more of that on the main episode. Again, I'm Felipe with Sarasota SpeaX. This is the pre-show tailored by Tweeds. All right, Erin, so we understand that Visit Sarasota has their own podcast. We're happy to have you on the podcast, but we want to shine a little light on your podcast as well. Tell us about the Behind the Masterpiece.
Sure. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have different audiences. We have these different verticals that we're marketing to. Anyone, again, who's in business, you can't be everything to everyone. And so we know what markets we need to go after. We know what markets produce. And one of those is specifically targeting that arts and cultural enthusiast. They love our community. We are Florida's cultural coast. That is an intellectual property that we own here in Sarasota County. And so as we're looking at how do we get in front of that arts and cultural enthusiast, we absolutely are pretty much doing that in a very low funnel way. We're going to be hitting them up, with digital ads that are going to get their fingers to book. We want to get their fingers to book that hotel room and to start booking those tickets. Well, when you do all of your marketing in that low funnel space, which is a fantastic space, it tends to be a little less expensive and it's very easily trackable. You aren't planting seeds. And so while we started to look at, hey, we need to get back into that high funnel space, we need to start being aspirational and inspiring folks to want to travel here, we worked with our arts groups with how we could do that. And one of them was to do a specific podcast focused on the arts and cultural community here in Sarasota County. So it's called Behind the Masterpiece. And we're doing 52 episodes this year. We're pretty much about halfway through that. It's a lot. So kudos to you guys for doing a podcast. A lot of research that is involved in it.
Our great guests make it easy,
Well,
a lot of research. You haven't watched this before, huh?
But we have two gentlemen right now that host. Jeffrey Kin, who is the executive director of Sarasota Rising. He was with the Players for many years. He's an accomplished performer himself, and Brian Hirsch, who's the CEO of the Arts Alliance. He's also a musician by trade. So they do a phenomenal job interviewing the guests because this is their area of expertise. So